What's up, guys? Zach Reininger. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 things. So I guess that's 10, isn't it? 5 things that your reps wish you knew, but won't always tell you. I'm going to give you a little peek behind the curtain of things that reps talk about so that you guys understand and can maybe interact a little better with your reps. And stick around to the end because there's a bonus point that I want to talk about that's probably going to be the most important for you to understand. Number 1. When you call us on speakerphone, but you don't tell us we're on speakerphone and you've got the customer sitting there. Guys, I can't tell you how many times this happens, and that's a very dangerous proposition. You can't call us on speakerphone without telling us we're on speakerphone or that there's a customer there. Because maybe you and I have a relationship where I can answer the phone and be like, "Hey, what's up, jackass?" Or something like that because we go back a very long time. So think about that. Give me a heads up. Shoot me a text message. Let me know, "Hey, I've got the Joneses in my office. We're going to call you in 2 minutes on speakerphone about XYZ. Just give us a heads up so that we don't ruin a deal by just interacting thinking it's you and I. Number 2, similar to number 1, and that is giving out our cell phone without giving us a heads up first. No. Guys, we always want to help, and we're happy to talk to customers and help you close more deals. But you got to give us a heads up, right? You got to call us ahead of time and tell us the scenario. "Hey, again, the Joneses are here. They had questions about this. This is what we discussed. This is what I told them. They want to know more about X." As long as you give us a heads up so that we're not ambushed by a random phone call from a customer we weren't expecting, and we don't know the scenario, we don't know who they've talked to, we don't know what the situation is, how are we supposed to help you? You don't ever take a customer and give your sales manager's cell phone out without letting them know, or you don't TO a customer over to the manager of the desk without giving them a heads up of the deal, right? Here's what's going on. Here's the lay of the land. That's because your manager can help you then. They know what's going on in the deal. They know the direction you're trying to take that customer, so they can help you both. Always make sure you give us a heads up before you give out our cell phone numbers. Number 3, when you just use us as a warm body at a show. So this is a big one, guys, where sometimes it's the dealer, sometimes it's the salesperson, but there's often times where we're viewed as just another salesperson for a show. So maybe they'll put us in our aisle and then everybody leaves. Or even worse is this scenario where we're at the show, someone calls us in to help on a deal, and it's as simple like this. "Hey guys, this is Zach. He's the Flagstaff rep and he knows everything about it. Zach, I'll let you take it from here." And you turn around and walk out. That happens all the time. Now, how am I supposed to help you with that customer? You haven't told me anything about it. I don't know what's going on. You didn't even introduce me really to the people. The proper way to do it, guys, is we want someone who's done some groundwork. We want to come in and help you. So when you bring us in and you say, "Hey, Zach, this is the Joneses. They are towing with this vehicle. They currently own this. They're trying to sleep this many people. Here's where they want to go camping. Here's the situation. Maybe a little bit of color about them, where they're from, all the stuff that you've already identified in the interview process. Give me all that color. Because now when you introduce me and we talk, I have stuff to go off of. I know how to relate to this customer. I know what direction we're trying to go, and I know how we can help them together. But we can't do that when people are just like, "Oh, here's the rep. He'll tell you anything you want to know." That tells me that somebody didn't do their job. Somebody didn't know how to talk to a customer, didn't lay the groundwork. Or if you're going to do that just because you need to get out of the unit to go work other customers because they're not qualified, you need to tell us that. "Hey, they're about 3 years out from making a purchase, but they did have some questions and I thought maybe you could help them until we have another customer that comes in." You got to set the stage for us so that we can help you. Don't just throw us into the mix without being able to really know what's going on. 4, when you ask us, "What are you buying us for lunch? What are you bringing me for breakfast?" Guys, we're happy to stop and get stuff. We understand you're our customers, and we're happy to bring you things. I believe in trying not to show up empty-handed. But when you throw that out there, or you make it sound like it's an expectation, I'm just going to tell you, it kind of rubs reps the wrong way. You know why? Because it happens a lot. And you want to know what feels really special to a rep? Is when someone actually buys us lunch. Even though those roles should be reversed, you're our customer, I understand, but there are times when someone is grateful that we're there and they buy us something. You don't need to do it. But I tell you what, those little gestures go a long way. This is a two-way street, guys. But try not to be the person that just expects us to feed you breakfast. We're not your mom. We're there to help you make more money. Bonus time. All right, this one probably is the most important, and because it sheds color and light on all of these things. And that would be, it's simple. Respect the time that the reps are putting in when they're coming to visit you. I want you to stop and think for a second. And this isn't to make anybody feel bad. This video isn't like, oh, poor reps. No. Understand something. Think about what the reps did to get to where you are. Oftentimes, it involves waking up at 3:45 in the morning, trying not to wake up our family. Sometimes our children wake up and they come running to the door, begging and crying us not to leave again. We drive to the airport. Usually there's no food there because it's too early. Maybe there's coffee. You get a little coffee and you hop on your first flight. Sometimes there's one flight, sometimes there's 3 flights, and you're praying that none of them are delayed. So you get somewhere, you land, you grab your rental car, you hope that you can run through and get something to eat real quick, but also you got to stop and get some food to come in and see the first stop that you're at. So you show up, you get there, you've already put in 8 hours to get to where you are that day. Oftentimes after that, so you're showing up, you got to train, you got to do all that. Then you're going to drive another hour, hour and a half, 2 hours to the next stop, do it again, then drive on another hour and a half, 2 hours to a hotel, get in late, you catch up on all the work that you missed that day on the computer from all of your other clients that needed you. You're eating crappy food, you're sleeping in crappy hotel rooms, noisy neighbors, you're not sleeping well. You wake up early again and you go see the next stops. And you just keep doing this. And oftentimes, especially during show season, we're gone from our families every weekend. We're gone from our families multiple days a week. We're doing all this. And again, I'm not sharing this to make you say, oh, poor you. What I'm doing is I want to shed light because I think that if we can understand each other more, we can value each other more. And I want you guys to value the time that your reps give you. I think it's very easy for you because reps are popping in all the time, different brands, coming to see you. It's very easy to just take them as dime a dozen and not a big deal, but you have to understand the work that comes with them coming to visit you. There's often this expectation that we come visit, but then when we do, people don't take the time seriously. And what you need to understand is we're there to help. We're there to help guide you, teach you about the product, answer your questions. And the best thing that you can do is respect the time and utilize it. Ask questions, interact, get to know the product better. Ask hard questions. Think about what the customers are asking you and how we can help you better. So again, just try to respect the time that reps take to come to where you are. When we're at shows 7, 8, 9, 10 weekends in a row, it's hard, but we're still showing up for you guys. So that is my video. It's not to make you feel bad for us. Again, this is just so we create better understanding. This is stuff that reps talk about with each other all the time that we wish our customers knew more. Yet we don't talk about it enough. And so how is anything supposed to change if we don't talk about it? So that's my point with this video. Shed a little bit of light on our side, 5, technically 6 things that we all wish you knew more about. And maybe now we can make a little bit of change together. Thank you guys for watching. Please share this video with anybody on your team if you think it would be helpful. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.